Ooh, Johnny boy.
Oh my God.
I think we experienced a robbery. Welcome to another episode of the Angry Turtle Podcast. We're back with a very special guest.
Very, very special. Very, very special. So today, guys, I'm excited to introduce Sydney Simone Tucker. Woo, 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 woo. She is the best multimedia journalist. She is hosted. She's probably the hardest working woman I know. She's my Live 5. Give it up for Sydney, guys. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. And this is a side note. She also has a blue check on all social media platforms. So we'll be asking her about that because she's basically famous.
Legit.
She's famous.
And before we get started, we just got to say, since Johnny gave you some flack the last time for missing the mobster, Johnny seemed to have gotten cold feet.
He chickened out. We told him that it was going to be me and my Delta sister, and he chickened out.
Oh, yeah, because he called you guys a gang once.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Meanwhile, we had an actual gang mobster, John A. Light, and I chickened out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we're just sorority girls living our best life. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Johnny gave her a flag. He was like, "Yeah, she chickened out because she didn't want him. She wanted to make the gangster laugh."
Yeah. Anyway, so Sydney, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you all? It's a good Saturday, and I'm glad you guys invited me on. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you all having me on your show. I'm excited.
Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Do you know? Yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna be a weirdo time.
It's gonna be a weird time. We're gonna have fun though.
I know you were asking me like, is anything off limits? I'm like, okay, where is this going? You know.
I mean, I for sure am going to be asking for advice, but before we do that, I definitely want to know your story. I mean, I already know your story, but to our viewers, I would like you to explain your story, how you got into journalism, what kind of drove you to that. And I mean, you're a star now, so just your backstory. She rolled her eyes.
I'm on my way there.
Humble.
Yeah, so I would say I started doing like stuff in media, like in high school and at church. So my high school, I went to Maryville High School. Mm-hmm. So we had like a full studio there, and we would do a morning show and a Friday show. Oh, nice. And I got experience editing and shooting and just an introduction to the broadcast world. And I liked it. At the time I was an athlete, so I'm like, okay, this is cool. Let's, combine the two. At first I was deciding between going the business route versus, the broadcast side of things, but Purdue didn't have like sports management or anything like that. So it kind of made the choice easy for me. So I decided to go into mass communication at Purdue, and, my classes there kind of helped prepare me, and did like internships and like sideline reporting and things like that for Big Ten Network, and interned at the station there. WLFI, did some job shadowing down at Wish TV. So I did that, and then I graduated, didn't have a job from May until September.
That's not true, though.
I didn't, well...
Because you started... Yeah.
Well, I didn't have a job that paid what I went to school for, or what I should have gotten. I didn't have that kind of job.
Okay, that's fair.
Something like that. So I had some income, but I was doing something I wanted to do, but it wasn't making the money on it. Anyway, yeah, so I had some mentors. They're like, just give news a shot, try news, because the people didn't explain the ratio. Nobody explains that a lot, or I wish somebody would have explained that, the ratio of how hard it is to get a job in sports compared to news. So I put in that news application, and that opened the door for me. So I've been in news for 3 years, tried to switch back to sports like a month before the pandemic happened, and then sports was gone. Mm-hmm. So that was just like a sign, like to just stay in the news area. So yeah, I'm in news. During that time, I started a podcast or a radio show on a platform called Station Head. I'm in the process of converting that over to a podcast.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah. I've been in the news. Worked in left the Lafayette area. Went down to Texarkana, Texas, Arkansas. I don't know if anybody knows where that is. But went down there and then worked in the Shreveport area, and now I'm in Houston. So.
Woo! Yeah, man. Actually, another one of our friends is moving to Austin.
Dallas or Austin?
It's Austin.
It's Austin? Okay, yeah.
Oh, well, I just took a day trip there on Thursday. I had never been before. And I was just like, let me just go. take a look and see what's out there. I wish I had stayed longer because Austin is very like artsy and a lot of water. So people do like the tubing, the boat parties. It's really cool just to see the water and things.
But he was joking. He said it's nothing, like it's not a part of Texas. Like he said there's Texas and then there's Austin. That's what he told us.
Like their own country.
Yeah.
That's what people say about Texas in general. People think Texas is its own country and they act like it.
Yeah, Texas is wild.
They have a different accent and shit. They're like, oh.
So I like it. I like it. I don't know. Because my family, when you coming back to the Midwest, who wants to do that?
You don't want to come back?
I don't want to be here to begin with.
Oh, well, yeah. Actually, it's because we're both trying to get out too. Yeah. So.
It's a different vibe, different energy. I like waking up in January and February, and if I want to put on some sandals, I can do that.
Dang. So. Yeah, we can't do that here. Well, you know that, though.
Well, right now, my knees are sweating.
Your knees?
Yeah. How hot is it there?
Fuck, I don't have my phone.
I think it's like 80.
It's like 80 something. 80 something, yeah.
It's not too bad.
Terrible.
100, 101 every day.
Absolutely.
It's been like that for a couple of weeks. And then when it cools off, it goes down to like 90 or 80s, and it feels like so good.
But see, you guys don't have humidity there.
No, we do.
You do?
In Houston, the humidity is like, no, like, it doesn't bother me. A lot of people say it's so humid, but Austin and Dallas has less humidity, I think, than we do, because we're closer to the water with the fall.
No, I gotta say, as a biker, I have a hard time. I drive a little motorcycle, so I have a hard time believing the weather forecasts.
See, I was going somewhere else when you said biker because I like to ride my bike. Bike here.
No, he's.
I would say, yeah, I love to ride.
I'll love to say my bike's from vroom, vroom. That's more wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically a bicycle.
Right.
It's just a moped with a motorcycle body, really. But you have a personal vendetta. I don't trust the weather forecasts, really, because I'm like, I'll be like, oh, sunny, and I'll look out and like, that's not it. Like, fuck that, now I'm screwed. Mm-hmm. So I got a vendetta. I'm going to put a hit out. Not really, I'm lying.
See, man. But okay, my thing is, do you feel like, because sometimes when I watch the news, do you feel like there's a bit of acting in it? I feel like you guys are actors and actresses.
What?
Do you have the voice?
Look.
Welcome to the news.
Yeah, Sydney, what's your news voice? Like, what's your actual voice?
Let me explain that. Like, okay, because I'm trying to get out of that. At least my mentors have told me, like, work on just being you. Oh. But some people who do the news voice because they have an accent. And so, for example, if you're from Texas and you come up to Indy and you become a news anchor there, they'll kind of disguise their voice because the viewers want to trust who they're listening to. Oh, so they'll create a news voice so that you can't really tell, or somebody speaks a different language, a different native language, and you can hear their accent. They'll do like a news voice to kind of disguise their accent. That's what I've heard.
I think Indy needs a Puerto Rican accent for a newscaster.
Puerto Rican accent.
Yeah, that's just a
fake. So, I mean, I used to do that because it sounds like, and I don't even think people do it on purpose sometimes. Honestly, it's just when you pronunciate and pronounce certain words and drag it out, it sounds like that. I guess it became known as the news voice. But, I've been trying to just be myself. At least that's what I've been.
But see, do you feel like she has an accent?
No, right now.
Yeah, I don't think.
They're from where I'm from, but people down here say it all the time. I'm like, no, I don't have the accent. You have the accent.
Oh,
like,
man, yeah.
They're like, oh, you have an accent. That's so
crazy.
Cool. I'm like, no, you guys, you Texans have an accent.
Oh, they surely do.
I don't have an accent.
That shit always put me in a rage too. I was like watching the news and like, why do you talk like that?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like the Al Roker voice, or like.
To do that a lot back then, but I guess now people want to be, this whole fake news era that's been created. Ooh. Now people want to trust the news, so they're trying to get people to, just tone it down.
I was going to ask you a question about that, girl. What are your thoughts about people saying fake news? And news is, you as a journalist, where you feel like you're telling the truth, and then there's people saying it's fake, it's not real. What are your thoughts about that?
It definitely makes it harder for us. Somebody called me fake news not too long ago.
Really?
But the thing is, like, I would say if you have a problem, or how can I say this? I'm going to speak from a local news point of view.
Okay.
Because I do local news. So in local news, like there is no opinion added to it. It's you're telling the story. It's factual. Both sides of the story. We don't get paid to give our opinion. We get paid to discover the truth and tell the facts.
Ooh.
Now, there are people who watch commentators on national TV who get paid for their opinion and their commentary. And so you may be watching something like a major network like a CNN or something like that, where someone is, paid for their personality, their opinion, but it's also mixed in with the news. So then it becomes a little confusing because people are taking that one person's point of view on something as fact.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of understanding the full scope and the full story. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where people get confused a little bit. Sometimes it's distinguishing what's the opinion versus what's the fact.
That is so
like I said, if you a good start to watching news, start with your local television station.
Oh, good. Yeah, good tip. Good advice. Yeah, man.
Most of the newscasters here look like they've been beaten with socks full of soap.
Why do you say that?
It's true.
Indy's rough. Oh no! Oh my god! Wait, which news station do you listen to?
I'm making shit up as we go.
Look like they've been beaten by socks with bars of soap. Oh my god!
I hear it doesn't leave bruises.
Yeah. Well, I know. we'll just let. He's like, I would know. It does not leave.
I'd be myself.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, that took a turn.
We'll cut that one out. Is it boop? That'll just be the part of the show where you edit that out.
Grenade.
I actually saw when I was helping my dad today, I saw some type of little grenade piece, and I was like, "Is this real?" He's like, "No, it's a toy." But I panicked for a second. I was like, "What?"
Pick it up. Oh,
man. Okay, so then here's another thing that I remember you mentioning. So COVID started 2020, but you knew about it, or you started hearing about it and reporting about it before March 2020.
Yeah, so, I started in December 19th.
Yeah, so I don't know, how does that work where sometimes you feel like you know what's really happening before the public receives it? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's just like I guess it's the thing where if one person is saying it, you know how people are, you got to hear it more than once from several different people before you're like, okay, let me take this serious. But like, yeah, I talked to a doctor in Texarkana in December, and he was telling me, yeah, this could be a big thing. Because I think when it first came out, I think we had read about it and saw something like, in China or something. So they had mentioned possibly coming to the U.S. And so I talked to the doctor there, was like, hey, should we be worried about it? You're like, yeah, we should, keep our eyes out right now, but, don't panic. I don't think anybody understood that it was going to go to that extreme by everything shutting down in March. We didn't even realize it was going to go to that extreme. But once it did, we're like, okay, we've been talking about it, but this is really like serious. Mm-hmm. So like we did, like I said, we did stories on it back in December and January and February, but until they started shutting down and things like that, then people were like, okay, now I got to pay attention. This has never happened before. Mm-hmm. But before then, it was like, social media likes to joke about everything. Just like, when they had the World War III jokes. So like, I think in the beginning from like January to March, everyone was like joking about, the coronavirus. And they were just like, what is this?
I was joking about it.
I know. Who understood what it was? And that's when everybody was like, but I was just like, hey, I tried to tell y'all.
I tried to tell y'all.
I may or may not be on from Xmasmated.
No. Oh,
who knows?
Yeah, the world may never know. You should.
I'm like a Tootsie Pop. You'll never know.
You didn't purchase like a fake one though, did you?
No,
because those are going around. They were selling those on eBay.
I've been tested, but I've not got the Xmasmation. You know what I'm saying?
Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Axnay.
On the vaccination snay?
Yeah, I don't. We're
bombing.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
We're bombing.
I don't forget it. Okay, so then you mentioned that after you graduated, you were not financially getting what you would have preferred, but you did host and created a show, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you want to talk about the college playground and how that came, and because that's a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't get paid to do that, of course, but there was a platform where I needed something to do in between, graduating and getting a job, just to stay relevant. And I was like, hey, well, maybe this might open up a door. Mm-hmm. So there was a platform called Station Head, and so you can basically host your own radio show on there any time of day, however long you want. And I liked it because I like music. So it was like I can host my own show, but then I can also like play whatever I want to play in between, take breaks and stuff. So it was kind of like being a DJ on through an app, or like a radio host through an app, an actual radio host through an app.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But basically, College Playground just gives like college athletes the opportunity to come on and express themselves outside of like the field and the locker room and what they do, and more so the personal side of things and talking about their journey and just their life as an athlete. And so, yeah, that's what I'm in the process of trying to figure out which direction I want to go in terms of a podcast or something on YouTube, so I'm thinking about bringing it back again. The response was pretty good the first time. So we'll just see. Like I said, I didn't make any money off of that, but we live in a digital world now, and it's so easy to start your own. And, things take off and you don't know like what doors they can open up, or you can monetize on social media from posts and things like that. So we're in a really different time. So I think if I give it another shot, I can have some success at that.
Oh, heck yeah. Especially like you said, at Big Ten, all the, athletes you met, and then, now being in Texarkana and Houston, I'm sure you met a lot of people now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even people that have, talking to people now, I think it'll be different now talking to people because we didn't have a pandemic when I first did it. But now it's like, okay, so I know people that were planning to go pro and didn't go pro. So now it's like a conversation, what are you doing with your life now that your plans didn't pan out the way you thought? So it's a different ways to look at it. How was it not competing for 2 years, and how did that, just different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a fun show.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be super interesting to watch all that stuff too.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Because you never think about the athlete. Like, if you think of a basketball player or a football player, you don't think about them after the game's over. Well, I don't.
Yeah, no. Well, shit, I don't really watch. So, I don't think about it during either.
Really?
No, I don't really watch, but I grew up playing, but I never really got into watching it.
Oh.
I was just more the active person, so.
Oh.
But, yeah.
You like watching fights, though, right?
That's just another one of those things where, like, I can sit down and watch it, but, like, I like to act more of doing the fight than actually going out and watching it. Yeah. I like to do the fighting. I don't know. It just never really kept my focus too much. So I guess doing it, or like the video games. I played the video games too sometimes. So I guess that was another one.
Oh, nice.
But nerd.
No, you are not. You are not a nerd.
Just a Dahmer with these glasses on.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I did. So for this podcast we do, Sydney, they're trying to get me out of my comfort zone and to be better with improv and like being on the spot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your advice, because like usually people count down, you just have to like go, right? Mm-hmm. Where like in stand up, you basically practice a set. You get up in front of people and you just do the set that you practice. Does that make so?
It could be a mixture of both.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, yeah, it could be a mixture of both. We write our own scripts.
You write your own scripts?
Yeah. So if you have time, you don't always have time, especially in like a breaking news setting. You may or may not have time to review it or write a full script. So in breaking news, you don't have time to write a script. So I'll just jot some bullet points and have to go off my memory there and just kind of piece together the story in my head. Or there's times where you've been working on a story and then you go live with it. So you know what you're going to say. And, it's two different sides of things. Or you have times where stuff doesn't work and you're just going to go off and improv. Now, people don't understand, like in the field, we don't have teleprompters in the field versus when you're in a studio, you have a teleprompter.
Oh, good point.
And the teleprompter doesn't always roll and work. And if it doesn't roll, you have to keep talking. So then, you're improving at that point.
See, okay, so what advice do you have for us when it comes to like the improvisation? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Like, what advice do you have when the prompter stops rolling or you forget what you were going to say and you're like, oh, they're still watching. I got to keep smiling. And
talk about what you know. Like, don't make anything up or, just if you have to circle back and say something a different way or until you get back to your original thought, do that. Just don't panic. Just remember,
don't panic.
Things happen. It's natural. It's normal. Acknowledge it. So if something happens and your mic shuts off, roll with it. Or, hey guys, sorry, my mic shut off. We were talking about X, Y, and Z, and just kind of use that and play into that.
Start miming. Just
that's what.
Right.
I literally free. Hi. That's why I could not. It takes a talented person to do that.
You know what's hilarious? Is I rode a bike here and it's starting to rain.
Did the weatherman tell you that?
Yeah, I looked at the fucking weather.
Oh my God.
Well, who's the weatherman here in Indy?
Fucking Bozo the clown.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't know. Sorry, man.
I know Chris Wright. That's like the only. He probably doesn't even. He's probably retired now. But I grew up with Chris Wright. My dad loved Chris Wright. He was Channel 8.
Like he was 8.
not 8 years old.
8 years old. Going to
Yeah, he was Channel 8, and he was black, and my dad loved him. Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point too. Have you like signed any autographs with people? It's like, I saw you on TV. I love you.
No,
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, I mean, I haven't reached that level yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I haven't reached that level. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, people here I don't think anybody asks for autographs anymore nowadays. More so. I mean, I think they ask for a picture or something.
Oh, a selfie, yeah.
Yeah, a selfie.
That's
I think
true.
a video or they're trying to record. But I mean, I think I've been out once or twice with a coworker and, somebody has said something to us.
Ooh,
Like,
you see how she just played that off all casual? She's like, I just happened to be with a coworker and someone just
I don't
happened
think
to
it's
come
not
up
like
to us.
celebrity status or anything like that. Like, they call local journalists like local celebrities, but I'm still new to this area. So people are still getting to know me. There's people that have been here on different stations for 10, 15 years. So yes, when they go out, they're probably going to get a lot more recognition.
I gotcha.
For somebody that's on national television, more people know than they recognize. It takes time to get to that point.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Depends on where you are. But I guess the good thing is once I leave here, outside of this area, no one knows me, which I kind of like that too in a way. It's both, because sometimes if you feel like everyone knows you, then you go out and you're like, dang, is somebody like watching me? Are they watching my every move kind of thing?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I kind of understand now more so doing this. I understand how celebrities feel like when everything they do is like put in a blog or, broadcast.
Yeah.
It's just
like you can't even go to get coffee. Yeah.
Right. They thought they were just eating and then they're eating with a friend and somehow they're dating their friend. Like, people spend things and it's like you don't really have any privacy.
Meryl Streep got caught picking a wedgie outside of a Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, let her have her wedgie in peace, man. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Well, I guess that's one thing you wouldn't be looking forward to as much then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'll say I would like to be recognized for my work. Don't get me wrong. I would like to do what I do, make the money I want to make and all that. Like, I want to be recognized. Don't get me wrong. Everyone wants to be recognized, but I want to be recognized for my work. Do I necessarily need the, screaming fans walking down the street? No. But if I can do what I do, be recognized for what I do and get paid, then I'll be.
Yeah. Okay. So then, you do so much, Sydney, but okay. So I know you write. And I know that you're in front of a screen, and I know that you've been on a podcast or the radio show that you had. So which one, in a perfect world, which one has been your favorite so far? Would you rather be in front of a screen, or would you rather write for somebody else, or would you rather just be behind a mic, doing like the radio? Because I know you love music, so like what?
I like both,
Oh,
honestly.
okay.
I do still want to be. I do like on-screen work. It's fun, personality show, but I also like doing the stories and putting together my stories behind the scenes because a lot of people don't know, especially nowadays. Like I'm a multimedia journalist, so that means now I go out and shoot, edit, and write my own stuff and put it together. I like that part of it though because it's creative and I get to see how it all comes together.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the behind the scenes kind of aspect. I like both of those. Now, in terms of having that full radio experience and actually being a radio, I haven't had that, but I do love it. And I love that people are doing the podcasting thing. So I think radio is different. Radio is, you have to have the energy and the personality because it leaves it up to your imagination.
That's you.
You imagine what's going on in that room or on the other side of that mic. You can't see anything, but their energy is making you imagine what's going on. And I think I like that. And that's what makes radio exciting.
This guy has all the energy.
I keep telling myself I'm going to get DJing by the end of this year. So
ooh, that'd be
Definitely.
cool. I mean, you've low-key been DJing for a long time, though. Like every part, you were always on the aux cord.
I was on the aux. I was like DJ Sid on the aux.
Yeah, DJ Sid.
I'm trying to be DJ Sid on the 1s and 2s with my pioneer and all that. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I have a situation to get you guys both out of your comfort zones. You get out of your comfort zone more often. But Lauren, where have you guys? I'm gonna see if you guys can do something together. You guys both do the turtle intro. It's just basically just a.
You have to do it first.
It's basically just a dumb sound, and you got just
But you do it so well.
Yeah, you guys just.
You go first.
I do this all the time, and they always make fun of me.
Okay, want me to give you countdown?
Yes, please.
Okay. Wyatt, can you yell out a countdown? Be more professional with it.
I'm gonna try to really get into it this time.
Okay.
Lauren, you ready?
Yes.
You're good to go in 3, 2, 1.
I feel like I'm very.
Commit more. Commit more.
I said.
You're like
You're almost half in, half out on that.
You're like taking a dump.
No, that's actually what happened though. I was like, I'm gonna do it, and no, that's exactly.
Okay, fully commit. Fully commit. Fully commit. I got it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That's good.
I feel like it's gotten better and better every time.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Put a lot of effort and energy. I feel it.
Okay, now we got to see if you can top Lauren. Okay, we're gonna have Lauren. We're gonna have Wyatt.
Sydney's reaction on Lauren is much more exciting than Lauren's actual thing.
I need to drink some water.
You need
first.
some preparation.
Yeah. No pressure.
Get some throat coat or whatever that spray is called. Hey, I know that sounded wrong, but it's actual thing.
That's a song. We've talked about this. Throat Baby is a song, a very good song.
All right, Sydney, you good?
Yeah.
You're good. 3, 2, 1.
It's harder.
I ran out of air.
It's harder than you think. See, man.
Okay. Let's try that again. And take 2.
3, 2, 1.
See? Do the one you did one time where you just like,
What was the yell?
I think so. Yeah, listen to
I feel like you gotta have a lot of air and bass. I don't have it's not coming out.
But here's my thing. He just naturally does that.
Yeah, just.
And I can't. I just don't know where that comes from. But
My dad beat me.
it just, I was like, there's the line. And
Ooh, I like lines.
oh my
Let's hop it.
I know, let's hop over that line. Let's do it.
that was very good. That was good. That was better than most would do. The first guest we asked to do that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel
And she's like, I'm
honored.
honored. Yes. Looking us, doing new things. Absolutely love it.
So now that's going to be a reoccurring segment. Thanks to you now and doing it.
Oh, yeah, we should ask you. Yeah, that's a good idea. That actually really
It's
is.
going to be a thing now. I'll try to get my daughter to do it. She's like, nah.
Why not? Oh, she's too cool for school.
Yeah, she's too shy.
Oh. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
She's like me, but then she's I got outspoken later and shit, so she's like still quiet.
Yeah, I mean that happens. It happens. That happens to the best of us.
Exactly, so it works out. I wish I could get her to come on here. That'd be hilarious.
Just imagine growing up with a dad walking around the house doing that all day.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, hey, brush your teeth.
Yeah, okay. So the way you are on this podcast, is that how you are with her too?
For the most part, depending.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, depending on the situation. If I don't get an answer to a question how I think I should get the answer, then the attitude changes.
Like if
Like
you're like
I ask her a question and I get a thumbs up and like, I'm sorry.
Oh, then the dad. Yeah.
Then that dad notification.
You said,
Yeah, so-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but luckily she don't really don't have to do any of that with her really, and so she's pretty cool. So
Oh, nice.
she was like, yeah, I don't like when my dad gets angry, so I'm cool.
That's really
So it works out.
That's really precious. All right. Well, I was going to also ask, so when you are in front of a lot of people and a lot of people watch you, a lot of people have opinions about you or like your appearance. So like how do you handle that, or how have you handled that, and like mental health and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird. I think I'm a person, I don't really get bothered by that stuff unless it's kind of somebody that's close to me.
Oh,
or people I work with maybe, or just people in my, who it actually matters. Like a random viewer emailing us who I don't really know you. I mean, yeah, it might like, dang, that was messed up, but it's not like, super hurtful. At least I haven't had that moment yet to where somebody sent me something that really, really impacted me who I didn't know. But I do know of people who have gotten some really mean messages, and yeah, just reading that stuff does hurt. And it's like, dang, that is mean. Especially when you think you're putting your best foot forward and putting everything out there. But yeah, people will get mad all the time. They will email the station and going off. Like they will attack your hair, wardrobe, makeup, story, anything you can think of. And it's like, dang.
It's like, why?
Yeah, they email the station.
For me, it's more so, I think for me, it's like, dang, like if you attack maybe my story, I think I'd be more hurt by that more so than, I don't like the way she wears her hair. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. But like when you attack my work, it's a little bit different because I put a lot of time and effort into it. So it's like, dang, that probably hurt me. But yeah, some people have a lot of time on their hands. We had, some people that literally email us every day about how much they don't like the show, but then you watch it.
Yeah, what?
What
logic?
Yeah. Sit there and do that every single day and email us about how much you hate it, but then you watch it.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Like, I hate the show, but that's a good point.
It's like, that make it make sense.
I don't know if that answered your question, but yeah,
it did.
Everyone handles it differently. I think it's easier nowadays for people to do it just because there is social media. Like back then, you either have to call, email, or write a letter or something. Now, literally, you go on the social media page or the website and put a comment, and you can do it as many times as you want, however you want. Send it to people in their DMs and all that. So
I'm still sending out pigeons.
Oh my God, carry your pigeons.
Right, at least you had a couple of some extra time in between. It's easy access now, and people can hide behind these screens, and you don't really have to put a face or a name or a voice to it.
It's just like my pigeon. It has one of those pictures. There's no picture on it. It's just that frame. Like,
man, it's always those people on social media with no profile picture, locked account with no followers. That's always talking crap.
It's like you tell me you don't have a profile picture, but you're sending me a picture of your dick.
Oh my God.
The hell kind of sense does that make? Wrong face, guy.
Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Well, I guess, so you have your Sydney Simone Instagram is your Instagram, right? Like,
I wasn't giving that up.
So then, do you get crazy DMs and messages and comments?
Interesting. I haven't had anything crazy, but definitely interesting, So those are my profiles. Yeah, I've actually had all those profiles for like 10, 12 years.
I was like, you never changed your profile. Yeah.
No, I never changed. I just used that same profile and branded it in that way.
Yeah.
And build on to it. And so, people, I said Instagram is the craziest. But, dinner offers or people reaching out to me about other coworkers. I don't know, weird stuff.
Oh.
Nothing like super, super crazy yet.
Yeah.
And then I'm bad about checking like that little requested box on Instagram. I always forget to check that. But I have a ton of people sitting in there. So sometimes I will go back and read it. And I'm like,
well, yeah, because there's like the primary one, and that's like the main one. And then like that, like the requested one is like the, I got you. Is he coming in? Uh-oh. Hey, Johnny's here. He had a really good question for you. So, there we go. Is he coming in?
Yeah. We're just going to cut just a second and then we'll get another mic set for
We're going to set him up. Listen, Sid, he's about to ask you a really good question, if he remembers. Because I thought they were going to be goofy with it, but man, he had a really good question for you. And I didn't want to take it from him, and I was like, oh man. Here's the guy. Here he is. Woo! Johnny! Johnny's here.
Johnny boy.
Do you remember your amazing question?
I probably would mess up the wording.
No, it doesn't matter.
What do you think I've been doing for the last 40 minutes?
No, it's been good.
Messing up my words.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's all good, brother.
Oh, no, we already called you out.
Yeah,
I called you chicken. But yeah, now it's not going to work because he came in.
Because they work.
Oh, man.
It's like a prayer. Yeah, we were like, since Johnny said you were scared
I wasn't the A-light, and I was like, he's scared. I said he's scared for my Delta sister.
No. I will pull up anywhere.
I'll pull up anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Johnny boy, that's his.
I have to get my mic on. I'll just talk. Hello.
Hey, we got to get used to doing stand up with no sound. So let's get used to bombing real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she gave really good advice about improv too.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Check. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Hello. I am so sorry. Fate was kicking me in the dick like 3 times, threefold this morning.
It happens.
I was like, Fate does not want me to be here, but I'm going to come no matter what. I will be here no matter what.
Johnny made
Yeah,
it
we
through.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I got beat up by a hobo.
What
What?
the fuck?
I'm joking.
Did you see her face? She was
Yeah.
like, oh.
I was like, how's that possible? I know you.
I don't think hobos exist after 2001.
Now those are just homeless people.
No, we don't call them homeless anymore. We call them
Well, I think hobos are people.
Home impaired.
Are they who?
lacking houses. What is it
A
called?
vagabond?
there's an
unhoused.
Oh, yeah. I know you.
Unhoused.
It's the unhoused.
Unhoused. Thank
No,
you. Wyatt.
I know, but the difference between a homeless person and somebody that travels on a train, like a vagabond, there's
Vagabond,
people that
sure.
are like, they actually have their own language.
Mm-hmm.
They have panhandlers too.
Yeah.
I did a story on that because that was a big deal in Texarkana. Man, those people were racking up. And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to look at everybody that's on the street as that way, which I usually don't. Like, if you come up to and ask me for it, I'm just going to trust that if it was in my instinct and my gut to do it, it was meant for me to help you. But there are people who really make it a job to go out there every day for the corner, and they stand there and hustle their way and get their money through panhandling. It's a big thing
It's a
in
big
some
thing,
places.
yeah, yeah.
People have everything they need at home. And it's crazy. I remember one time in Indy, I don't know, I was at the DSW with my mom. I
In
think
Castleton?
it was Castleton. Oh my gosh, man. So we're in there and this lady almost knocks my mom down trying to get the last pair of boots. And she goes and pays for her stuff. And, we're shopping in there. We check out. By the time we got to the next light, almost near them in front of the mall, this lady was standing on the corner with the sign talking about homeless can't eat, feed, and give me some money. I said, wait, is that the same lady?
Where are your boots at?
DSW, and now I was like, I was so messed up from that point. I was like
Traumatized.
So hurt. I felt like I got played,
Yeah, you got to learn to throw some bows. Get your chicken wings out.
My arm's too
Chicken
short.
wings.
Yeah. Sometimes no, don't take that advice, please. There's the letter C.
Yeah, see?
If I mix up this question, I apologize. I'm a little flustered. My nerves are bad.
It's okay.
I wanted to ask you what it means to you to be an African American Broadcaster Association. Did I say that correctly?
To be like a black journalist.
Yes. What does that mean? You're part of association, right?
Yeah, the National Association of Black Journalists.
Okay.
So it's cool. It's basically, it's a way to, one, not only connect with other people and network, but, you know, it's a way for us to share expertise, different experiences, and, you know, to pass those things down to help one another. And it's just a place where we can connect with different people. There's different conventions and things that go on throughout the year. And it's a way to just all be creative and come together and, you know, and just know that you have other people who are like you doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And if you need that support, you know, it's there. So I joined when I was in college, and it's great. You have people everywhere. Like, for example, there's a chapter in each, or not necessarily in each city, but there's a chapter in a lot of cities.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Across the country. So you can, you know, be a part of the local chapter and do stuff with those people. And it's a way to make friends and connect and, you know, different industries. And it's a broad spectrum. So it could be people from behind the scenes, production, film, TV, radio, all different aspects of life, and you get to just see how people do their job and learn from them, and they can learn from you. So it's a cool thing to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome. And I guess now that you're active, do you do anything to reach back out to try to inspire the youth, or what do you do to stay proactive?
Yeah, the last time I did something for Syracuse. They reached out to me there, and I was a part of a panel and just kind of talking to the kids who were coming through school and about what to expect coming into this field. There's a lot you learn, but it's still like a lot you don't know. And you can prepare in the classroom book wise, but I think this is a unique industry. It's not like I'm studying to be a scientist and I've learned everything in the book in the classroom and then I go and do what I do. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, we're getting the skills and the things we need. We have to know those, but it's very experience-based. A lot of it's subjective. And just knowing the ins and outs of how to work the industry is what I think I needed a little bit more. And so if I can, you know, pass that along, you know, just things like contract negotiations, how to move from market to market, just those things that you don't really talk about as much in school. Yeah. You know, the other stuff.
You could work with me too. I don't have no clue what I'm doing.
We definitely use all that shit.
Actually,
yeah, one YouTube video at a time.
Yeah, we're gonna need that.
Yeah, actually, you might do a master class on that. So,
So, want to join the turtles, eh?
No, really though. No, really.
Yeah, I just think you deltas are multiplying here. It's kind of a scary thing. Yeah, she's always threatening me with the deltas.
Definitely not a gang.
I told her, we are not a gang.
Can't see us, we're there.
Yeah, I challenge you guys to a game of croquet, right? Croquet.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Sydney, what you didn't know too is right now the SG rows are all over downtown for our centennial. And so, you know, every couple people, you got the blue and gold, blue and gold, blue and gold. So I don't even know if you noticed that. But all those women right there.
I noticed it now that you pointed out, and that's scary.
So keep an eye. Yeah. So that's not our sorority, but obviously 1922, you know.
I think
they're still our sisters.
I think I can outrun them women scared. I think I'm a lot faster scared than they are mad.
Sydney, you can't see it, but it was.
Oh, no, I think I saw it like a little bit there.
Yeah.
They look beautiful.
Let's just say
they're super beautiful, but
yeah,
aged.
Oh,
you know, aged.
Yes.
They're old. They're old is like what I'm saying. They're old.
What we would call, you know, the senior sorors.
I would probably talk crap and throw it. Like I would probably throw out
I'd probably toss it and try to catch a full egg.
Blow my knee out.
Yeah.
Blow my knee out on the takeoff.
So I guess, what other projects do you get are involved with? I mean, do you have? I know there's a lot of things you do, but what is your favorite? I guess that you're doing right now.
Right now, I'm just in a transitional phase to where I'm trying to figure out what else do I want to do, basically. And have had some things in my head that I've wanted to explore, or I have all these ideas in my head. And I guess it's just right now in my head, it's overwhelming. So it's about trying to figure out the best way to go about it to get it started. So like I was telling them before, I'm looking at doing my show I used to do on a radio platform, and trying to do the whole podcasting and YouTube thing while also, trying to teach myself how to actually DJ, I love music.
DJ.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She used
I
to
love-
be the
Sorry to cut you off. What was your DJ name?
DJ Sid. DJ Sid.
DJ Sid.
And she always listen.
Love it.
She always brought down the house. Or like, do you ever go to the parties where like there's dancing and then like if there's a white wall, there'd just be like gene residue from everyone dancing and grinding on each other? No.
Not
Well,
lately.
that's how the parties were when Sid was the
Gene
DJ.
residue.
Yeah, man.
Need some new
People
jeans.
used to.
I grew up in the days of the raves where you had to like go into a warehouse and you're not supposed to be there. Yeah.
I grew up in the days of At Home Alone.
Wow, raves.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Don't even get me started. So yeah.
Like barn crates or something.
Yeah.
So that's actually really cool. I would come out and see you.
Yeah.
What kind of music are you interested in? Like EDM? Like what's going on?
I would say I'm a mood person. So right now I just have all my playlists on Apple Music. So I have about over 30 playlists and I'm very strategic with them. So some of them are like hit for hit playlists. Some of them are just random shuffle. Some of them are divided up by genre. So yeah, I'm just, going and seeing how people reacted to that. And a lot of people hit me up, hey, do you have a playlist for this? And I'll send it to them. So like everything from now that I'm in the South, I think the newest one I picked up is a lot more country and blues. Texas.
Okay. Nice.
That's probably the newest genre that I've gotten into. But yeah, everything from rap, gospel, pop, hip hop, R&B, Afro beats, Caribbean music, Latin music, anything you can think of. It just depends on my mood. Like
I got a genre for you.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know.
Yeah, don't do it.
Dustin's got tell her like an example. Yep.
Oh, yeah, just
Yeah.
like- basically, it sounds like that shit, that metal shit. That's that fucking gruesome comes
That's
from your
one
colon kind of music.
I haven't really gotten into that, but what I will say, there's a couple songs. I like rock though, some rock songs, but I haven't really gotten into heavy metal.
I've been really into Russian metal lately.
Oh my god.
No ties to Ukraine, but
I worked at Finish Line and I would hear different songs there, so they would play all types of different music. So that's how I like to hear some of it there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Another question. Do you think actually going on a radio platform like traditionally versus nowadays doing a digital platform is better? Which one do you think is better? I guess the question is.
Better in what?
In the sense of today's age, you think people would tune in more to the digital radio stations versus trying to listen to it on 93 point whatever?
Now, I will say people still listen to the radio, but I think now the digital world has helped keep it going. Because if you pay attention, a lot of the radio stations, they're doing the social media thing. A lot of their shows are still doing like something similar to what you guys are doing, the broadcasting thing along with the radio. So they're combining the visual aspect with radio now, which is new. They're putting it on social media. So even if they didn't necessarily hear the live radio broadcast, they have everyone's putting it on a website. You can go back and listen to it. But I think in the major cities, people still listen to the radio in their car. But at the same time, there's still a large number of people. I'm one of those people who put on music or a podcast a lot of the times.
That's true. Yeah.
It's very rare. Every now and then I have to remind myself, let me just turn on the, local radio station and hear what's going on. Or if something big's going on in the city, I'm sure people listen to the radio. But with just like with anything, you have to find new ways to be innovative and follow the times or stay ahead of the times. Otherwise,
Yeah.
So
I was like,
The
I
one thing
still
I'm-
listen to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys
So
still-
I guess
Yeah.
they're multifunctional, right? So
Yeah.
they do traditional. They just paste it over multiple platforms.
the one thing I don't like about the news being on YouTube is like, you'll be watching a clip about hundreds died from a bombing, and that's like, hey, if you guys like that clip, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That does
Leave a
do
like. It's
that.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that does happen.
So that's the thing, though. So the way people are making money off of radio, television, media, it's changing. So like they get people advertise on radio and television, and people have to listen to the radio to get that. But now that people are, digital online, a lot of the ratings are measured by like online clicks and subscribers. however many clicks and subscribers and viewers you have equates to how much money you get. So it's changing, just like in the music industry. People used to go and buy an album when music dropped. People don't buy albums. They download the song, pay the money. They have a subscription to Spotify, Apple Music, and that's how they get their music. But then somebody told me, I was listening to something back in the Clubhouse days. I don't know if I did. But anyway, they were saying the songs are getting shorter because the shorter the song, you're going to want to hear it again. And the more you listen to it, it's an extra stream. And that's how they get more revenue.
Wow.
So it's about, people are finding different ways to be.
Yeah, I see people doing the reels where they just put the wording real small and it's like real interesting. And by the time you're done with the first little part, you're like, oh, it's gone. You play it again. You're like, second part. Or like 5. Oh, he got me. They got me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I fall for that too.
Yeah. I used to live in San Antonio back when I was younger, and I was just wondering if the Screwed Up movement's still alive in Houston.
The
Screwed Up click. I thought you DJ. Come on now, you're in Houston.
I've heard of that,
DJ
yes.
Screw. Oh no.
No, I didn't realize though. The music industry here is. I'm just now getting my hands on it. I didn't really hear about it a lot in the Midwest, honestly. That crew, like a lot of even the rodeo music and all that, that's different too. I've never been to a rodeo before. I'm serious,
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Yeah.
Huge deal though. It's like just learning the different. I'm still learning the aspect, and that's the benefit to moving around and stuff. And so that's how I do pick up a lot of my music. And then once I get there and I learn it, I make a playlist and add that and keep going. And so, like I said, it's cool to, kind of learn what's going on. I know Chopped and Screwed is a big thing down there.
I didn't know. It's been many years, and it was a huge thing back when I lived there. And I know Rap-A-Lot Records is a big thing there, too. So shout out to them because I like their music.
Shout out.
Plug. No,
Sponsored by.
Yeah, I just wondered if that was still going. I haven't been to Texas in many years.
But no, I personally haven't been, I've heard about it. I don't know too much.
Because time is moving on.
Time just flying on by.
Yeah, when you're having fun, time flies.
Shout out to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're stressing out.
I want to get out to San Antonio one day. I haven't been out there.
Yeah, when was the last time you were in the Midwest? Oh.
For your bachelorette party.
Oh, that was last year.
Yeah.
Not much has changed, sis. Not much has changed.
Yeah, that was the last time. And before that, I don't know when the last time that was.
Did you have a podcast last time she was here?
Oh, that has changed.
Oh,
I wasn't even doing comedy then, too.
A lot has changed for you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
I remember when you were all like, you didn't want to talk or nothing. Now you're doing shows
here
left
it
and right.
goes.
You're blowing me and Dustin out the water.
Yeah.
How did you guys drag her on here?
She's doing amazing.
She's funny behind closed doors, but how did you guys get her to get on the podcast?
Yeah, she
This is about Sydney, guys.
No, we're making it about you.
We did the classic.
Yeah, we're making it about you.
Book show.
Yeah.
What
Where's your mask at? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, she's doing amazing. I said, slowly see her coming out of her shell, if you want to say, but she is funny behind closed doors. She says some funny shit.
Before we have Lauren do the weather real quick, do you have any suggestions for her? Because we're going to get her to do the weather because it's a segment we like to do.
Yeah, you can rank me, sis. I've been trying to get better at it.
We're going to hit it?
Before she does it, do you have any advice for her before she hits it?
Sydney said to be myself.
Be yourself. Okay.
She said don't. Well, yeah, you weren't. So she said don't fake it. People don't like fake news.
Yeah.
Talk, don't do too much. Talk in a way that people understand you, because when people don't understand you, they tune out. So don't try to do the most and try to be all extra and all extra words. Just talk.
True.
Okay.
Could do it about, come with a good weather segment.
All right. You ready?
Yes. It is hot. Thank you.
That is the weather with Lauren.
I use pronunciation. I use proper pronunciation. I kept it short and simple.
Yeah, that was
check.
Yeah.
And where's the paycheck?
Yeah, you're good.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, will you refer me? We can be coworkers.
Now, Lauren, with the quick weather.
She's like, absolutely not.
Have
a good night.
They showed,
It's hot.
They show the map with all the arrows and colors and numbers. It's hot.
It's awesome.
It's fuckity out.
Yeah, man. It's
well,
crazy.
I guess this is getting down to the end of the segment. I appreciate you guys letting me in the door. Wyatt had it locked.
Yeah, man.
I fucking walked up. I was like, oh, fuck, I locked myself out.
Oh, you did it. You did it.
You were right.
I was sticking my hand on the door like, oh, there's something wrong.
But okay, Sydney, how did you feel about the questions and like, I told you they were coming with the hard hitters. Yeah.
Good questions. You know,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You came with the hard hitters.
I came with the hard hitters.
I fumbled it. I fumbled.
right. I was asking.
No.
Yeah, good question.
Oh, awesome.
Dope history and podcast. I like it.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's
It
been
has
fun.
It has. We enjoy doing this and
Fuck fate.
Yeah,
Just want to say
for
that.
real.
Sorry.
it's true.
It is true.
It is true. Fuck fate.
No.
Strings of fate were messing with me today. I must have messed with the 3s, 5s, and 9s or
We're the
something.
fate fuckers.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're gonna
yeah.
get t-shirts made.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you would like to plug?
Yes.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, I guess you follow me on social media. Everything SydneySimone1.com or Sydney Simone 1, my website, my YouTube. I post my local stories that I do there. And yeah, I would just say I'm challenging myself to, like I said, learn how to actually DJ and with the turntable
Man,
besides
that's
just plugging in a keyboard. Like, you know, so I would say if you're interested in some of my playlists, right now I have them on Apple Music. It's just something that I personally like to do, and people just kind of gravitate to it.
That's
so,
great.
and then yeah, be on the lookout for College Playground. I'm in the process of trying to revamp that and turn it into a podcast as well. But I appreciate you guys inviting me on the show. This is cool.
Yeah.
We'll get you
Of
guys.
I didn't know. I was nervous. Didn't know what to expect. But,
But before we go, I'd like to ask you for something else. We're gonna close out, but I would love for you to send the show off with another Angry Turtle.
Oh, you got to do
Yes.
a follow up.
Yes, if you guys
That was
can
so funny.
subscribe, comment on our stuff. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think. We got some stupid questions. We want to tell you guys think also. So comment on our shit.
Yeah.
Do
No
it.
spam.
Yeah, exactly. No porno. Like that's weird.
We get that?
Yeah, it's fucking it's like a spam thing that it's fucking fuckity.
Okay.
But yeah, we love you guys, and if you can hit us with this exit. Yeah.
Thank you, sis. We love you.
Love you guys.
All right, bye.
Thanks.